Hey everyone, welcome back to TO Overlander. This week we got a surprise and exciting announcement from Ford concerning the Bronco. Normally Ford's social media guru Mike Levine teases some major news and announcements like this, but this one apparently slipped under the radar. Way back when, maybe over 2 years ago now, and maybe even before the official launch of the 6th Gen Bronco, Ford teased us with some images and features of some in-car tech they called the Bronco Trail App. What Ford demonstrated to us was the ability to record video of our favorite off-road trail adventures with a video data overlay showing things like vehicle inclination and roll, speed, 4x4 transmission settings, and all kinds of other cool stuff. Well, it goes without saying the official launch of the Bronco could have went a little smoother, what with the countless delays, COVID lockdowns, and production issues. And while Ford made some last-minute production changes at launch, such as eliminating the 12-inch digital display gauge cluster on the higher option trims, the same dash that's now standard on the Bronco Raptor, the Bronco Trail App was also nowhere to be seen. These are the kind of things that Ford never makes official announcements about. It's said just preferring to simply sweep it all under the rug and hoping nobody notices. So it came to a great surprise to many of us in the Bronco community that Ford was still apparently working on the app behind the scenes. It likely wasn't getting the same priority that some other production issues were getting, but regardless, Ford seemingly had a team pounding away at the keyboard working on a trail application all along. Or did they? While it's been years now since the initial Bronco launch, the Bronco Trail app, released to Android and Apple phones just this week, definitely has the feel of something that was rushed out and not thoroughly tested or refined. So instead of taking all this time to get a polished and refined app out to the Bronco Nation, it seems like Ford maybe only just recently found the time to cobble together a buggy and entirely unintuitive app and just release it because, well, just because. Anyway, it's here now, and so let's have a look, see what it's all about. When I initially tried setting this up in the Bronco, I used my everyday Samsung Galaxy. I eventually got it connected, but the footage I recorded was washed out with overexposure and basically unusable. I figured I'd try again with my old iPhone 7. After all, there is basically only one iPhone. Dozens of companies make Android phones, and all of them with their own tweaks to the operating system, which could potentially cause conflicts and compatibility issues. This app link error is problematic on both phones. I think it's there to allow the Sync 4 unit to control or send data to the phone. It continually asks to do a search for new apps on the phone from the app option screen on Sync 4. Each search attempt comes up empty, but I keep trying. I don't know how, but finally I get an app login prompt. Maybe this is progress. Okay, here it starts giving me legal disclaimers. Now we're getting somewhere. Hit OK to that, and now a few screens of app overview and app permissions. I'm just following the directions right now, setting up to record a drive. It should be noted that all the video that's recorded is recorded through your cell phone and not through the truck cameras themselves. Here you can see the overlay data on the bottom of the screen. This is pretty cool. All this is saved to the phone itself and can be downloaded or shared afterwards. You can see a bit of lag here with the data compared to the video, for example the steering angle. And then it looks as if the overlay data completely locks up and freezes altogether. Having a look at the console screen on the truck, it seems like the GPS data is frozen. And then again, another prompt. I obviously already initiated recording, but I confirmed the prompt and there's the GPS trail showing now. I restarted another video later on that drive. All the audio here is from the Insta360 camera and not the iPhone. The phone itself didn't record any audio in these tests, which is probably just as well, as the footage would be next to useless what with my constant swearing. But again, you can see that the overlay data is frozen, and the speed is in miles per hour for whatever reason. On the infotainment screen, you can see that most of the map option buttons are grayed out and unusable. Perhaps it's a vehicle speed safety thing? At this point, after throwing the iPhone out the window, I pulled back into the driveway to give my Android phone another shot. It should be noted that I've already gone through the entire initial setup and connection with this Trail app on this device, and yet more connection issues and failed app link search attempts. Keep in mind, I tried this out with both a wired and wireless connection to the truck. Yet more app link search attempts and more app link search failures. I also tried toggling between GPS screens, force stopping the app on the phone and clearing the cache, replugging the phone back in, trying both wired and wireless app link searches. Any more of this and the Samsung Galaxy phone is going to end up on the highway right alongside the iPhone. But I give up for now. Can you imagine spending all this time trying to get this to work just before hitting the trails? Utterly useless. I did, however, manage a connection earlier this week on a drive to the grocery store, and I'll show you that now. The first thing I noticed is my Android phone is showing kilometers per hour and not miles per hour in the speed, and the overlay data is way more responsive. But you can probably also notice the video image is frozen. This might be because I have my phone set to record 4K video. Maybe that's just too much for the app. I'll have to try again at some point with just HD resolution and see if that helps. Also, the audio you hear in this clip is coming from the phone, so there's that. I tried restarting another recording, but again it just grabs a single still image instead of recording video, but everything else is apparently working. Anyway, shout out right here to the crew over at Kitchener Ford. Once you finish your recording, the app on the phone will save the GPS image data and give you the travel history. You can then share this with your friends or to your social media accounts. So besides sometimes having the ability to record your trip with data overlay, the app also gives you the ability for real-time tire pressures, which can be used to help air up and air down at the trail. Except that didn't work for me either. Please contact support, it says. I can imagine how well that would go. Anyway, probably the best feature of the app is the thousands of curated trails it offers to users, most of which are obviously in the US. Here you can see a list of trails it pulls up in my immediate area. Clicking on a trail will pull up the trail description, information such as if trail permits are required, or if there are any access issues. It'll even give you the current weather in the area and step-by-step waypoints. When you click on the map view, you can see the trail from start to finish and also go in and select which GPS image layer you wish to view, such as satellite view. Pretty nice. When you pull back out to the overall map view, you can see just how much trail options exist in the app, especially when you start drilling down. Here, in another trail example, La Salle Pass in Utah. Again, clicking on the trail details pulls up some images of the area, trail descriptions, and pertinent information for accessing and driving the trail. On the map, you can click directly on the trailhead icon to select the trail or side scroll the trail tiles along the bottom to highlight that specific trail. And again, clicking on the tile box pulls up all the important trail info. Once you decide on a trail, clicking on the map view will bring up the turn-by-turn waypoint data. And the layout is the same with the tiles at the bottom, giving you the ability to scroll from waypoint to waypoint with detailed directions. The download option button on the screen allows you to download and save the map and trail data for offline viewing, something that's a must when you get way out into the remote areas. Well, I guess the one axiom which holds true in this case is better late than never. Probably a saying that constantly makes the rounds at Ford corporate. I guess that was a little too harsh. The app isn't a total loss. The trail and GPS data and all the relevant data and waypoints info is incredibly helpful, especially in a free app. For someone like me who does the YouTube channel thing, I find the trail video recording feature with the vehicle data overlay on top of a really cool feature, albeit a buggy one right now. I'm sure Ford will get it figured out at some point, what with the ability to send software updates over the air to the Bronco, something that's shown an increased frequency lately. And of course, phone app updates are automatically sent to our devices as well, which looks after the back end. We'll have to spend more time with the new tech and try to figure out the trail recording feature. It might be something as simple as the video resolution I use on my Galaxy phone that was causing the freezing. An option like this to present to my viewers in my future travel episodes would be a great option to have, so stay tuned for that. Speaking of future episodes, I have one in the can right now, a nice little travel upgrade I made recently. I'll be showing that in the next Teal Overlander video. So if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up if you found this video interesting and watch for the next video to drop later this week. For now, take it easy and I'll see you next time on The Lonely Overlander.